everyone, I'm Catherine Price, and welcome to the fourth video in my Researching Colleges to Create a College List series. I hope you've had a chance to watch the first three videos in this series, but today we're going to be talking about the final step, which is doing direct research and finalizing your college list. If you're new here, please be sure to click subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can be aware of all the videos that I post to help you with your college process. Let's get started. Okay, so here's a look at what we're going to cover today. We'll talk about what I talked about in the last video, what is direct college research, and then finalizing your college list. So just to review, in the second video in the series, we talked about general research. In the last video, we talked about researching the personality of the college, and I showed you all the ways to find out what the college is really like beyond the data. Now we're going to talk about direct research. So this is usually done through campus visits, but if you're watching this in the time of COVID-19, there are plenty of online opportunities to do this direct research. And I'll show you in a minute what to focus on. But your action step for this step is to decide where you want to apply. This is a good time to go back to your college criteria. So this is what we talked about in the very first video of the series, how to think about your college criteria in these four major areas, and then what the subsets of those areas are. It's important to go back to that list, go back to that thinking and see what has changed and why it has changed, or have you strayed a little bit off track? Do you have too many schools that are going to cost a lot of money, or you're not sure how they're going to cost? So go back to your college criteria and compare it to your list right now, and that will help you make some decisions too. But when you're doing the direct research, you want to make sure and sign up for those campus programs directly through the college's website. This way you will get credit for demonstrating interest in the college. So if you're doing an information session or a student panel or a webinar, make sure you're doing things directly through the college. And here are some specific questions that you can ask, again, to help you narrow down that college list. One of my favorite questions is, how does your college help students select a major? This is really important because it'll tell you about the core curriculum within the college. It'll also tell you if it's a large university and there are different colleges within that, how flexible they are with you moving in between those different colleges. So for example, if they have a college of engineering and a college of liberal arts, can you take classes in both, and how does that work? You may also want to ask how easy it is to change your major. You may also want to ask questions about a specific academic department. Now, it may be more beneficial to go to that academic department's website and see if they have any special webinars or researching presentations that you can watch. Some departments do have sample classes on their department websites as well. When you're speaking with students, I always like to find the stories. What are the stories that can give me information about a college? So asking about their favorite professors or their best memory, that can give you a lot of information about their academic experience and their social experience at the college. And then, what is one thing that you would change about the college or university? This is a really important question to ask pretty much anyone you meet with. If it's a professor, an academic admissions officer, a student, I would ask the same question of every person you come in contact, alumni, because it's really interesting to see what the different answers are. So now I'm going to show you a sample college list. Okay, so this is the sample college list that we started when we were talking about the general information about college. So this was my student who was interested in studying, she ultimately decided on biochemistry and wanted to play ultimate frisbee. So this was the list that she was working with, and through her in-depth research and direct research, these are the colleges that she decided to apply to. Now you can see this list has gotten a lot smaller, and her no list has gotten much larger. So you can definitely move things around. Maybe you have a researching a no and a maybe, or an apply maybe and a no, as you're kind of weeding your way through researching all these colleges. The other thing we did was we looked at her academic profile, so her average standardized testing scores and her GPA and the overall admission acceptance rate for the schools, to determine which schools would be her likely schools, which schools would be a match school, so schools that match her profile, and which schools would be her reach schools. So at the time of this list, she was trying to decide where to apply before we got to the yellow part. So we made note of that too. But breaking the schools up into those categories really tells you where you need to eliminate options. So she has quite a few reach schools. So by knowing that, she can tell, okay, I need to eliminate at least 3 reach schools. You want to aim for 3 to 4 in each category as you're finalizing your list. So, and some schools are going to be reach schools for everyone, no matter what. I would say anything with an acceptance rate of less than 20% is probably going to be a reach school, no matter who you are. So that's how I categorize the schools, and that's how she went down and eliminated to the ones highlighted in yellow to finalize her college list. So that's it. That's our final video in our Researching Colleges to Create Your College List series. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have questions or suggestions for other video topics, please feel free to email me at info@collegemindset.com. Thanks so much.